10. Monitoring and control measures. Maintaining high food safety standards helps the business thrive and provides safe working conditions for your workers. In addition, your premises, food, records and procedures can be inspected by your local council or other authorities. Their visits are usually unannounced. Boo! Only kidding. Auditors can take food samples and photograph your premises, equipment and food. In the worst-case scenario, they can shut your business down. Boom! They can shut you down. So, watch out. Follow the continuous improvement cycle of plan, do, check, act to help you maintain high standards across the business. Supervisory action should involve reviewing your team's performance, monitoring your suppliers and overseeing the design and condition of the premises and equipment. Let's start with examples of team supervisory actions. Routine inspections and audits. For example, inspect cleaning tasks or carry out a personal hygiene audit. Unannounced spot checks. For example, check stock rotation of goods for sale or the temperature in the fridges. Carry out visual inspections of the food areas and check if staff are wearing the required PPE. Use swab tests or UV torches to check surfaces and food for microbiological contamination. Smell and taste the food to check if it meets the agreed standards and expectations. Analyse documentation to make sure staff record data correctly. As for suppliers, establish an approved suppliers list and instruct staff only to use the businesses from that list. Where possible, arrange a formal audit to check how the suppliers operate and source their food. Product traceability is a legal requirement, so you need to be able to prove to your auditors where your food comes from, along the food production chain. Oh, and remember, keep supplier records and documentation up to date. Finally, let's talk about the design and monitoring of the conditions of the premises and equipment. Sorry, got carried away. You see, a good design really helps minimise food safety hazards and cross-contamination. It's money well spent, so put your heart into it. To start with, use linear workflow for food production. It helps to keep raw ingredients separated from ready-to-eat products, clean processes from the dirty ones. And don't forget, keep food production and production areas away from refuse storage. Now, what else? Lighting and ventilation. Provide suitable lighting so that staff can see what they are doing.
Makes sense.
And good ventilation so that no one is sweating in a stuffy and smelly workspace.
I've just had a sousson of sweat.
Yeah, you don't. It helps to avoid condensation and minimise food spoilage and waste. So, check those extractor fans and filters regularly to make sure they are working properly and are free from grease and dirt. It's a no-brainer, really. Next! It's your responsibility to provide energy supplies and clean water. And remember, all areas where food is stored must have correct temperature control. Got it? Great! Repair structural damage and repair or replace any equipment or utensils that are damaged or have lost parts. Keep your eyes and ears open all the time. Don't ignore your staff moaning about faulty ovens, freezers not working, scratched chopping boards, chip plates, toothless forks and so on. Encourage them to tell you about it. Set procedures in place for when things don't work properly and get staff to fill in a maintenance and essential repairs list. Check maintenance records regularly to see if and what work needs doing. Schedule repairs. Inspect and sign off work that has been done. Simple, let's move on.